Hello and welcome back everyone to session 2 of Cthulhu Confidential for the Bale Project. In a second we'll have a little recap of everything that happened last time for anyone who didn't manage to catch us. Firstly, I hope the audio is better. Let us know in the chat if the audio, if you can hear me clearly or not. Or if I am too loud or too quiet. Let me know.
Out there.
Otherwise, we'll assume it's fine. We are raising... Can hear, still quiet. Okay, I can turn myself up a little. That's fine. Thank you very much, Adrian. Let me turn myself up a little. That is us turned up a little. I hope that's better. Tell us if it's not. We are raising money for the Bale Project, who do a lot of good work with bail bonds. To me, it looks like the webcam is frozen. Oh no, there it goes. Caught up again now. They do fantastic work. Please give lots of money. The button is down below there. Click that button. That will take you through to our Tiltify page. On the Tiltify page, you can purchase rewards for Gabrielle, or punishments, as some of them should be called. For Dixie. Yes. Not really for Gabby. Gabby will have fun regardless. Yes. But punishments or rewards for Dixie. And see what the current... can't believe I'm late. We're just starting right now. Right. Don't worry.
Haven't even done a recap yet.
Haven't even done the recap, exactly. You can purchase rewards, and the money that you use to purchase those can also go towards the polls. And all of the money donated will go towards the milestones. So, we have, currently, if I click on the right tab, the next milestone at $700 will be that a curious character helps or hinders Dixie. And if you donate money towards anything, you can put it into one of the polls. So if you click on polls, you can say, make sure that money goes to help or hinder $700.
Help me! Help Dixie, even. She needs help.
And then at $800, we have a random monster.
Suddenly shock off.
Helps or hinders Gabby.
I could get help from a shock off.
Potentially. I need to open the Excel document that I made to make sure that I can randomly select a monster. Give me 2 seconds. I forgot that I needed to do that. Excel. Okay, that's doing that. Fine. And then at $900, Dottie the cat learns a mythos spell.
Yes!
And again, you can vote in the polls for which spell Dottie should learn. She has the options of learning Summon Hunting Horror, Mind Transfer, or Consume Likeness.
Would Mind Transfer be like Dottie could put her mind into anything else?
Yes.
Including Dixie?
Yes.
Ah! Great. Cool.
For those people who are not familiar with the way a lot of the mechanics work for... What's Adrian saying?
I am dual-wielding champagne and tea.
Ah.
Well, Prosecco, come on, not that bloody classy. Prosecco, the tea.
Sorted. Read the statement out. If you're
Sorry.
For those of you who don't know a lot about the Cthulhu mythos, and specifically the way a lot of the spells work in some of the role-playing games, summon spells for creatures is a separate spell to bind those creatures. So, asking something to come here is different to then being able to control what it does after that.
Oh.
There we go. And then at $1,000, we obviously have Gabby will GM a one-shot next session once we hit that. So we'll run a session 3, which will be Not Cthulhu necessarily, just be a one-shot. Gabby will have a go at running, which she's very excited for.
I am excited, but I wasn't very worried.
Gabby did not think we would get to 1,000
No!
when she agreed to that.
It's fine.
And then at 1,100, Gabby or Dixie finds a mythos tomb.
Cool.
I have spelt that wrong. She will not find a mythos tomb. She will find a mythos tomb. As in, I've spelt it as in a burial place. And what I mean is an old book. Tome. Tome is what she will find. I have spelt it wrong.
Okay.
She will not find a grave. And again, you can vote for which one she finds down in the poll. Okay, I think that's everything. Do we want to run through the rewards that you can purchase? Let's quickly run through those. So at the $10 level, you can +1 or -1 to Gabby's next roll. And at the $15 level, you can give Gabby a random problem or random edge, which we have little piles of problems and edges here for her to have, that are usually slightly better than a +1 or a -1, or worse than a -1. At $20, we have Gabby draws a random unfortunate event card or a random weapon card.
Weapon. I might get another fancy camera.
And at $50 is be featured as an NPC yourself.
Like Jamie was.
Like
the
Jamie
famous
was.
blues singer.
The famous...
Singing with Bill Crosby. Did he say Bill? No, wait.
Bill Crosby was there in gambling.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Jamie was serenading him.
Yes, of course.
And we also have Charles later on as well. What's Yogs fan said there? I can't quite read that.
I'm dual wielding knitting and cider.
Very nice.
Nothing could possibly go wrong. It'll be fine.
Okay, I think that's everything. So we have some things left over from last time, so we'll have a few things ticking over already, because we had quite a lot of donations last time, and I couldn't quite get all of the hitmen in, but we'll see how we go this time.
Oh, lordy.
So a brief recap of the story so far. Dixie was asked to investigate the disappearance and reappearance
Yes.
of a woman.
Helen.
Of is Helen the woman who was that the sister? Margaret.
Margaret's the sister.
Margaret's the sister. Yes, sorry. Yes.
Helen
And
is
Helen,
the person who went missing and
Yes.
reappeared.
Reappeared, in a significantly worse state.
Mm-hmm.
So far, Dixie has spoken to 2 of her boyfriends.
At least.
You've spoken to 2 of them.
So I spoke to Marshall Daly, who was the actor, I believe. Yes, that worked at Capitol Pictures.
He's a scriptwriter.
Ah, right, scriptwriter who was a communist.
Who's a communist.
And also, so yeah, she was involved with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was also involved with Whitey Alexander, who is the mob boss.
He runs a casino. He's not the boss of that mob. He's involved with the mob. He's not the boss.
Okay.
But yes.
Is an ex-vice cop.
The boss is the ex-vice cop.
Oh.
Guy McAfee is the local mob boss. Whitey Alexander is a casino owner who's involved with
Okay.
the mob. So she was dating the casino owner.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us what happened, what you found out about that relationship.
What did I find out? Not a lot, it seems. I think I was quite pissed by this point. I wasn't making very many notes.
You went and spoke to his accountant, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And the accountant said that that Helen asked him for the accounting books, and that he agreed to meet her in a hotel and to give her the accounting books. that she was probably, well, she was going to then pass on to another mob that's trying to muscle in on the territory.
You think, yes. Yeah.
Okay. And he did give them to her,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't know what happened to them afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else got photos of them leaving the hotel.
So there's the photographer man who also had photos of her other boyfriend.
Right.
Who is investigating communists.
Okay.
Remember, you were tailed when
Yeah.
you left
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
It's that guy
Okay.
that you were thrown in a prison cell with.
Oh yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
Has photos of the accountant and Helen leaving the hotel together.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a reason that we don't have fancy cocktails and we just have plain old prosecco. By the end of the last game, I think I was quite tipsy. So, yeah, trying to pick up where we left off is proving interesting, but it'll be fine. If anybody remembers something that is relevant, then please do, put it in the comments. Cool, so I think what I'm going to do next is go and talk to Whitey, because he has a motive for Helen to be punished in some way.
So you are going to drive to the casino?
Yes.
Okay. So the...
Very important question.
Yes.
Is Dottie with me?
Where did we leave off last time? Did you go back to your house?
I think maybe I went back to the house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you leave, Dottie will hop in the car with you.
Yay! Okay. The Adventures of Dixie and Dottie. Good. Dottie.
You drive off to the Alegria. Is that how it's pronounced? You tell me.
Alegria, yeah.
Alegria. Good. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I have up the donations thing on my phone so that I can see when people donate.
Yes, so yeah.
Read it out.
Hannah's just confirming that Dottie was safe at home at the end of the last game. Hashtag donate for Dottie. Always donate for Dottie, I say.
Maybe I should put a reward system of save Dottie, and if it doesn't hit the target, then something nasty.
No.
We'll see. We'll see how we go. You drive off to the Alegria. Are you going during the day? Is that what you're doing?
I have no concept of what time of day it was when we finished.
I think we said that it was you were retiring for the night. You were going to bed.
Okay, so now it will be the next day.
Woken up in the morning, yeah.
Okay. Giving Dottie some food. And then drive to the casino.
You arrive at the casino. It's open. It's pretty much open 24 hours. As you go in, so it's at the end of a long sloping road. Up from the road, it's set in some quite nice grounds. And it's a sprawling ranch-style house building.
What the casino is?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I have been to the casino.
You've been there before, yes,
Okay.
yeah. I'm reminding you what it looks like.
Cool.
That's all. Are you walking straight in, trying to speak to Whitey? It's not as busy as it was last time, because it was nighttime when you went last. But there are still people playing around the tables.
Okay. Maybe I would go in and maybe talk to one of the floor managers first or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it's worth trying to see if anybody knows if there's been any rumours or I don't know how to ask some questions without alerting Whitey to the fact that I now know about the accounting books.
Sure.
Or whether I should just go. So I worry that if I just go straight in and talk to Whitey and say, hey, I now know that she took the accounting books, that he'll just have me killed.
Sure.
Or he'll get his spoopy friend in, whoever maybe also cursed Helen. I don't know.
So are you going to try and like ask around about anything weird that's going on? Or like people acting strange, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, actually. I think it'd be cool if I asked whether if people have double-crossed Whitey, do they just disappear? Or do they reappear with like their mind wiped and unable to communicate?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you specifically asking that, or are you just looking for like, has he been acting strange recently?
I'll go with that first. Has he been acting strange recently?
Okay. So you, using your Streetwise, play a few games maybe.
Yeah.
Talk to people, see how this goes. The only stuff that you get is that. So he's a casino owner, not the mob boss.
Yeah.
And so he is primarily a businessman.
Okay.
So he doesn't tend to. No, there are no rumours of like him having people disappeared or whatever. Like if he was the mob boss, then maybe sure.
Right.
You don't.
He's not that high up then.
You don't know, basically. There's no rumours of any of this kind of thing happening to anyone before, of like someone turning up again, which could be for a number of reasons. Helen pretty much only found her way home because she was rich and famous and was recognised by the police officer that picked her up. So it could be that it's happened to less important people without being picked up. We don't know.
That's not a very good given value of important, is it?
The main kind of thing that you know that's going on at the moment is that Bud Barron has been squeezing Whitey on behalf of Bugsy Siegel, who is attempting to muscle in on the Caffrey's turf.
Wait. Bud Barron is squeezing Whitey
on behalf of Bugsy Siegel. Siegel.
Okay. Trying to muscle in.
And Bugsy keeps his offices in a magazine warehouse.
Okay.
With your Streetwise, you have been hearing rumours that a magazine company called A.M. Hilliers might have become a mob front.
A.M. Hilliers.
Hillyers.
Okay. Okay.
That's as much information as you can get about like the lay of the land and recent events and what's going on in Whitey's life at the moment.
I wonder whether it is more worth than going and... I was going to say going and trying to see if I could talk to the people that were trying to muscle in. Because if I could find out whether there are any rumours about them having people disappeared, then that might be a lead to kind of go down. Because if I go straight to Whitey, then he'll then he'll know. That
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you don't know that he knows about the stolen books.
Yeesh. Yeah. Oh.
When you spoke to him, he did seem to genuinely care for her.
Oh no. I'm gonna come and drop the bomb. Like, sorry, your girlfriend has betrayed you. Oh dear.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll go to this magazine warehouse.
Okay. Yeah, you're just gonna finish your hand of poker or whatever it is you're playing and leave.
Do I win anything?
Roll.
What do I have
Roll
to
a
roll?
d6. On a.
Roll a d6. Roll a d6.
On
I
a.
don't actually have a d6. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, we should have got the dice out beforehand. We are very well prepared today. We've got Excel documents and dice all ready to go.
Ta-da!
No, I actually don't have that ready to go at all. Okay, cool, fine, that's fine. I'll do it when we take a break. It's okay.
I have a d6.
So on a 5-6, you win a little bit of cash.
Ooh.
On a 4, you basically break even. On a 1 or 2, you lose a little bit of cash.
2.
You lose a little bit of cash. Not too much.
Okay,
But
okay.
you lose
That
a
was
little bit.
sensible.
You maybe lose like $20 or something,
Okay. That's fine.
which is
Manageable.
roughly equivalent to what? $100? Something like that? More than $20 is today.
Sure. Fine. Cool,
Yeah.
yeah. With
But
you.
not like, it's not a bankrupt you.
Okay.
You just head out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And Dottie, by the way, is always following me wherever I go.
What kind of cat is Dottie?
Good question. I think maybe just a solid black cat.
Solid black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Void.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Void cat.
Is he big or small?
Quite little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she sit on your shoulders sometimes?
That's
That's really hard to say. Sit on your shoulders sometimes.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, cool. Cool. As you head out, out into the car park, one of the cars explodes in a huge fireball, throwing the car up into the air, which lands on its back, crushing a few of the other vehicles. Fiery debris comes hurtling at you.
Ah!
Roll an athletics check.
Oh shit! Okay. Gabby is well worth it. The stream is well worth its salt just for Gabby's dice rolling skills. My dice rolling skills are absolutely appalling. Right, so I'm rolling athletics.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 dice
Okay.
in athletics.
So do you remember how this works?
Vaguely.
So you roll 1 dice first,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you pass without having rolled all of your dice,
I
then
get a token.
you get a token. You get a push.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you keep rolling dice until you have rolled all your dice, or you've failed,
Okay.
or you've passed. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The pushes you can spend to roll another dice, the tokens that you've got,
Mm-hmm.
and check your edges and your problems to see if any of them affect an athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah?
Mhm.
So to get an advance, you need to roll 10 plus.
Oof. Oh my lord. Okay.
A hold is on 4 to 9.
Okay. And this is with 2 die.
2 die, and you have pushes, and you can voluntarily take an extra problem to get another dice.
Okay, fine.
Does that make
Let's
sense?
just do this. So,
Okay.
the exploding fiery debris
Mhm.
is heading towards me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Eek. 5.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, 5. Watch me roll a 1. 1! For Christ's sake! Right, so that's 6 altogether.
That is 6. Is that where you're stopping?
No, I would like to roll one more time.
So, you can either spend your pushes or take a problem to get another dice.
What? How does the problem work again?
I have a problem here for you, and I give it to you, and you can roll another dice.
Yeah, but when do the problems become relevant?
It depends. Some will say like on the next check, and some will say
Right.
on.
Okay,
such
fine.
and such
Yeah,
checks,
yeah.
or-
I'm gonna chance it. I need another roll.
So which one are you doing? The pushes or the problem?
Problem.
The problem.
I'll
Okay,
take the
let me
problem.
find it. Problem number 40. Okay. Object of ridicule. Your awkward jump out of the way. Wow. Might save your skin, but tarnished your reputation for staying cool under pressure.
Well, it's quite a blow for Dixie, actually. It wouldn't be for Gabby. Gabby is well known for falling over all the time. But Dixie, I mean, she's pretty cool. She doesn't fall
She
over.
likes to think of herself as pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to read the rest of it out?
When you spend a push on intimidation, roll a die. On an odd result, you do not gain the benefit of the push and you discard this card.
Ooh, okay.
Wait, I didn't understand.
So next time you try and intimidate, basically it has a 50% chance of failing anyway. Because you damaged your street
Next
cred.
time I try
Next
to
time you
intimidate.
try to intimidate
Okay.
someone.
And you're saying dove out the way into a lamppost. I mean, yeah, that's out. Yeah, let's go with that because, quite frankly, it's quite possible.
So you're on 6.
Yeah.
So you need 4 or more to get an advance.
Okay. I mean, I just a hold would be fine. Oh my god, if I roll another 1 now. 6.
6. Okay. Advance. You duck behind a car and are completely unscathed.
Woohoo!
Gain edge number 9.
Ooh.
State of
But
alarm.
I do it in a very ungainly way. Oh no,
Very
that's when
ungainly.
that's.
What's the problem?
Is this the one I do that I'm very awkward? I jump.
Yeah, so you have jumped awkwardly out of
Okay,
the way.
right.
You're behind a car, but you got behind a car safe.
Okay. Cool.
So you get the edge, state of alarm. You keep a part of yourself on constant alert.
Okay. +1 to all sense trouble tests until you spend this edge. Ooh. If you make a sense trouble test in the current scene, spend this edge. Spend this edge for an extra die in an athletics, fighting, or fleeing test.
Cool.
I've only had a very small amount. What is happening?
We haven't had proper dinner yet, have we?
True.
Halfway through, so last time we took like 5 minutes breaks
I should
instead.
have some snacks.
Halfway through, we might have a slightly longer break of 20 minutes or so to allow people to go and have some dinner, namely us. You dodged out the way successfully and were unharmed. People come rushing out of the casino. You spot 2 men who are sitting in the front seat of a dinged up Ford coupe. Unlike everyone else, they remain cool as cucumbers. Moments after you notice them, the driver turns the ignition key and starts to drive off.
Can I run to my car and follow them?
You can.
Is Dottie okay? Did she get hit by anything? Did I grab her on the way?
You can't see Dottie.
Oh no! I can't lose these people! She's a big girl. I'm sure she can take care of herself.
You dive into your car. You need to make a shadowing check to chase her.
Okay. Shadowing. I have 2 die for that as well.
An advance is 11 plus.
Oh.
A hold is a 5 to 10.
Okay.
And a setback is 4 or less.
Okay.
Do you have anything... Go on. What did you get?
5.
Good start. Do you have any problems or edges that affect shadowing?
Ooh. No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool, fine.
Right, so that was 5.
Mm-hmm.
2.
7. Okay. You can take a problem and you can spend your pushes.
Oh no. I'll take another problem.
Yeah? You're on 7, so you've got to hold. It's totally up to you.
No, do you know what? I'll just get a hold on this one.
Yeah? You don't want to take a problem? Might be really fun.
Yeah, go on, I'll take it.
Problem number 25.
Oh, so it's actually specific problems that you get with...
Yes. Yeah.
See, this is why I'm terrified about running a game. It just feels like you just need to know a lot.
I mean, it says give them problem 25, so I look up problem 25 and hand it to you, so...
I mean, sure.
That is not that. That does not have the same title. There's another step in there. You check that they're the same title. Right,
Okay.
Let's see if we can find the one with the right name. Because that don't make sense. No.
We don't know. I've just realised, Adam, we don't have our jazzy music on.
No, the music has stopped, hasn't it? It says it's playing. Okay, it's playing now. I don't know if people in this game can hear it, actually. Did I leave it in? Oh yes, that might be very loud though. How's that? Sorry, that was probably very loud for everyone when it just cut in.
Whoops.
Apologies.
Drowning you out,
Yes.
yeah.
Is that better now? Yeah, better. Cool.
Thank you. Right. Let's get me a problem.
There we go. Obsessive pursuit. You're pushing yourself to the point where your frayed nerves have frayed nerves.
Oh dear. -1 on general/mental tests until you take time to calm yourself down. Well, I will roll again.
Go for it. What were you on 7?
Yes.
You need 11. Okay. You need 4 or more.
4.
Ah, very nice. Very nice. You follow the car to a magazine warehouse downtown called A.M. Hillier and Co.
Oh, look at that! I was just on my way there anyway.
They give no indication that they saw you following
Excellent.
and earn an edge.
Ooh.
Upper hand at A.M. Hillier's.
Well, that sounds handy.
Anytime in or around the magazine warehouse, gain a free push or an extra die on any test, then discard. While in the warehouse, you get lucky breaks at no cost without discarding this card. You may still have this card after leaving the warehouse, discard it, and any non-mythos shock problems. Don't know what that means, but we'll find out. We'll find out.
Okay. Awesome.
You go to a different bit of the book. Fine. Where are we? The M. Hillier's Warehouse. A.M. Hillier's is a nationwide magazine and newspaper distribution company. You can approach. It's basically a big warehouse on the outside. You watch them pull in.
Is
and
it
then
daytime
yes,
now?
yes.
So they exploded a car in broad daylight outside the casino.
Yep.
Okay.
So you watch them pull in and then leave it a safe amount of time to kind of drive past, and you can see through the gates that it's a big warehouse and the sign on the side of the warehouse. What would you like to do?
I guess I've got two options, haven't I? I either try and sneak around the back and see if there's any way that I can get in and do some secret snooping around, but then I am utterly buggered if anybody catches me. Or I go in pretending to be like an inspector or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Those are options.
I don't know which one to do. Adrian, Nana, what do you think I should do? I'm not sure because they've definitely both got good and bad. I'd have to do a lot of blag, wouldn't I? If I was well, I suppose for both of them, but I do have evidence collection as one of my investigative abilities. Okay. I think maybe I might go for sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to see if there's a way around the back I can sneak in.
Okay. As you kind of walk around, you do walk past the front. There is a sign posted on the door, which just says wholesale business. It says wholesale business closed to the public. There doesn't appear to be any kind of receptionist or anything like stood by the door.
Okay.
You can see that there are people around. Some of them are dressed in overalls and look like they are actual warehouse workers. There are a few people, like one or two in suits. One or two of them that you see might have been the bombers. You didn't get like a proper good look at them,
Okay,
but
okay.
yeah, you might be able to spot them moving around. Are you moving around the back? What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, so there's like a big double doors that would like open out. They're like 2 stories high, kind of size that you get in a warehouse. And there's also a door inside around the back as well. Are you going in?
Yeah.
As you are walking up to the door, someone comes out of it wearing a jumpsuit, boiler suit, and stops and says, "Hey, are you okay? Who are you?"
Oh, I don't know what to do. I might switch to the other plan at this point.
Do whatever you want.
Say I'm an inspector.
Is that what you say? Say, "I'm an inspector"?
Oh my god.
Read it out.
It says, kick him in the nuts and take his jumpsuit. I think you're right, Adrian. I might try and fight him and get his jumpsuit.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for it. So you will need a 5+ to knock him out in 1 hit.
Okay.
A 3 or a 4, you'll be able to take him out, but it'll be a bit noisy.
Okay.
And less than that, and he gets away from you.
Shit! It's a 2!
What have you got in your fighting?
Oh. Oh, I do have 2.
Okay.
Okay. What did I need over 5?
You need a 5+ to knock him out in 1 hit.
Oh, come on. Come on. For Christ's sake, another 2.
That's 4. So you will be able to defeat him, but not in 1 hit, and it'll be a bit noisy.
I don't want people to be suspicious. I'm gonna spend a token.
Okay.
To use another dice.
Yeah. Okay.
2 again. What are the chances?
That's fine. That's 6.
6. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Dead Poet Society says kick him in the jumpsuit and take his nuts.
Thanks, Francois.
Hey, Francois.
If anyone does purchase any rewards, do let me know in the chat. because I have to like refresh it on my phone. I couldn't get it set up to actually alert me. So do let me know, and I will take that into account immediately. Cool. You swing and hit him in the side of the head. You probably start to go, I'm an inspector, and he starts to like shrug his shoulders, and you just clock him.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Fine. Cool.
You have an unconscious body. What do you do?
I take his jumpsuit, put it on, and are there any like bins or anything around? Can I hide the unconscious body just so it's not just like? I mean, would I be able to get it in a bin?
Yeah, you could lift him up and like put him over into a bin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd do that.
Cool. Fine.
And then I go into the back of the warehouse.
Okay, cool. Exploring the warehouse, its central floor space is divided by high shelves into narrow pathways.
Okay.
The shelves support the weight of boxes of magazines and paperbacks, along with out-of-town newspapers held together by wraparound metal bundles. You can... It has like a walkway around the top, and there's obviously an office up there. There are people moving around, but no one really gives you a second look.
Cool.
What would you like to do?
Well, I guess I want to try and go snooping around a little bit.
Okay. You know that if you spend too long snooping around, you will eventually bump into someone who thinks they know everyone who works here, or that is quite risky.
Yeah.
But you can give it a go.
I do have this upper hand at AM Hideous.
That's true.
While in the warehouse, you get lucky breaks at no cost without discarding this card.
Yes. That has already helped you out.
Okay.
Once.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I want to go and...
Sneak around?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. You take... give me a check on... What's an appropriate sneaky aroundy skill that you've got?
Ooh, Adrian says cause a distraction, go for the main office.
Is an option?
Is an option.
You do still have to sneak around to get like whatever distraction you're going to cause.
I mean, it could just start a fire.
You could start a fire, but you still need to like do that without being noticed. So, take a sneaky check. Do you have sneak or anything like that?
Shadowing, stealth. I have stealth.
Give me a stealth check then.
Okay.
You will need a 12 plus to get away scot-free.
What?
There's a lot of people moving around.
Watch me roll a 1. I rolled a 6! Adrian says, child with pyromania. It right here. 4.
Okay.
So that's 10.
That's 10.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Just say gain a free push or an extra die on any test, but then I would have to discard it.
That's true.
So then I don't get any
10
more lucky breaks.
10 is a hold.
Okay. I could go with a hold, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You manage to move around without like looking anyone in the face directly and bumping into anyone. But there's never like an opportune moment where there's not really anyone around for you to like start a fire and not be like someone being there like, why are you starting a fire? However, you do notice that the office is unoccupied.
Okay.
And you do manage to get up there.
Great.
You are aware that it could be occupied at any time.
Yes.
But what you manage to find in there are some accounting books.
Oh.
Your accounting skill reveals to you that more or less the day-to-day of the affairs of the warehouse are run relatively honestly.
So they are not the accounting books for the casino.
They are the accounting books for this warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And the warehouse is run roughly honestly. Your streetwise tells you that the magazine businesses traditionally involve a certain amount of strong-arming the newsstands and sabotage against rivals, which would not be reflected in the ledgers. That's just how they do business.
Okay.
Something that you notice as well is several empty-looking jars
Okay.
lay in a wastepaper basket in a chair. Wastepaper basket in a corner next to a chair. They have like masking tape like on them, which if you look at them just have dates on. A variety of dates, but most of them in the range of a month to 5-6 months ago.
Okay. Hannah's saying, does Dottie's mind transfer work the other way? No one will suspect a cat of espionage.
A mind transfer spell does swap the
Oh,
minds.
it does swap it. Cool. Good to know. Okay, so we've got empty jars in the bin.
Mm-hmm.
Masking tape with dates on, most of them within 1 to 5 months. And so, with the accounting books, can you just remind me, that was a bit confusing to me, what did I find in the accounting books?
The books for the warehouse tell you that the warehouse is run relatively honestly, but your streetwise tells you that very rarely will these ledgers be like absolutely correct, because there is a certain amount of subterfuge, bribes, etc. being paid out, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be in business.
Right, okay. Okay. And the jars, is there any indication as to what was in them before? Are they completely empty? Is there any liquid or...?
There's a little bit of residue in them if you screw the top off of one. It is very, very poorly made moonshine. It's the kind that would have been very prolific during Prohibition. This is just after Prohibition, and so it's kind of weird because for basically no money you can get hold of liquor that's
alcohol
better than this.
Yeah.
So, but it was at one time very prolific.
Okay. Okay, is there anything else in the room that can I have a bit more of a look around?
Not especially. However, as you're doing this, a man walks in
Oh no.
wearing a suit and pulls a gun at you.
Oh no!
Roll fighting.
Can't I just... Oh, sorry, I was lost. No? Or is he not going to take any...
He says, are you the private eye?
Oh, shit. Fine, well, I guess I'm rolling fighting,
Roll
aren't
fighting.
I?
7 plus is a hold, and a setback is 6 or less.
Well, I just rolled a goddamn 1.
What would you like to do? You can take a problem to roll another dice as well. Your fighting is 2 dice though, right?
Yes. Let's roll one more time. 2! Right. So I have a grand total of 3.
Uh-huh.
I might cash this in.
Uh-huh.
Or do you think it's too early?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might regret that.
Roll again.
4.
Is that what you rolled?
Yes.
You rolled a 4. So
I rolled a 4.
Uh-huh. And you had 3.
Yeah, so now
that's
it's
a
7.
Okay. You managed to throw one of the glass jars that you're holding in his face.
Great.
And run out of the office.
Okay, cool.
And you managed to get away without being shot.
Did he get a good look at my face?
He got a bit of a look at your face. Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. So I've run away. Am I out of the building or am I just...
Yeah, like out.
Out. Oh, I'm out of the building. Oh, yay.
You're out of the building and you're away.
I run to my car, get in the car, apologise silently to the man in the bin.
You have... Where did you leave your clothes?
I just put the overalls on over the top of my clothes.
Okay, right, fine.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Okay.
They're overalls.
What would you like to do next?
Is it bad to go back to the casino? Casino. That came out really weird. Is it bad to go back to the casino because I want to check that Dottie is okay, and I don't know if she didn't come with me.
That's true. You can go back to the casino.
I'm gonna go back to the casino into the car park. Also, because I sort of want to see what the fallout from the explosion is. Whether anybody was targeted. Anybody's car in particular, maybe.
Okay. Cool. You can do that. It's several hours later now. So the area is cordoned off by the police.
I take the overalls off in the car, and I leave them in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You pulling up nearby and walking over.
Yeah.
You can't really park in the car.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Excuse me. As you walk over, you can see that a police investigation is going on. And there's a crowd of people, kind of like gathered by where the tape is. As you walk over to where the tape is and like stand in that crowd, you hear a meow.
Yay! Great.
And Dottie is figure of eighting around your legs. And then you feel the muzzle of a gun pressed against your back.
Oh.
And the click of it being clicked. What's the word? You know, cocked. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Brain. I was like, what?
And a voice behind you says, "I think you better come with us."
Damn it.
And at that point, we'll take a short break for drink refreshments.
Yeah, okay, Chris.
We'll take 5 minutes break to get some drinks. See you very shortly. Hello, everyone. We are back.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello.
What a cliffhanger we left on.
We did indeed. Dixie has just had the muzzle of a gun pressed into her back.
Eek.
I think you'd better come with us. And you feel a hand grab your arm and gently pull you back, and you are escorted to a car.
Oh dear.
You are sat in the back, and another man gets in the back with you, and a man gets in the driver's seat.
Okay.
They are the two men that you saw earlier.
Dang it. Okay.
They drive you back to the warehouse, and you are escorted up to the now occupied office,
Oh dear.
where you are introduced to Baron.
Right, okay.
Baron stands up from his desk and introduces himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "And who might you be?"
I'm honest. I say my name is Dixie Raymond. You already know I'm a PI. What do you want?
I would like to know what you are doing snooping around here. I apologise for my men's roughness in bringing you here. We've had a number of break-ins lately, though I think it's just the kids looking to pinch fitness magazines. From your Streetwise, you know that certain fitness magazines are better known for their racy images than their health tips.
Well,
What do you say? Baron is a bit of a dandy. He holds himself very confidently and dresses quite well. And is not an ugly man.
Okay. Adrian says, you were following a known arsonist trying to prevent damage to the warehouse. I mean, I could just lie, but I am concerned that if I just lie, I won't be able to get any information about Helen. So I think I might have to be honest in order to try and actually investigate.
Okay.
I think. It is tempting to lie. But no, I think I need to, yeah.
Okay. How are you going to try and persuade him to give you the information you want? What kind of attack are you taking?
I don't think I can try and intimidate because I am well outnumbered.
I mean, you can try.
Assess honesty. That's one of my investigative abilities. I could.
Your assess honesty will tell you currently that he is being pretty honest with you.
Okay.
That apology did almost seem sincere.
Okay.
Read it if you're
Adrian
reading.
says, you have a negative to intimidate. It won't work.
Oh, do you?
I thought intimidate is one of my investigative abilities.
Yeah, those just pass, I think. You have a... Read your problems. Do you have a negative to something related? Do you have a negative to an intimidation check?
State of alarm. You keep a positive +1. No.
So the problems have the dark.
When you spend a push on intimidation, roll a die. On an odd result, you do not gain the benefit of the push. So that was the object of ridicule card.
Yeah, so it's only if you try and push. So if you try and use intimidate, you will pretty much always be successful in your intimidation.
Okay, because it's an investigative
because
thing?
it's investigative skill.
Investigative.
And then when you use your investigative skills, sometimes you can push to get an additional thing. Right. And so if you do that with intimidate, you have a chance of failing.
Okay.
Or not a chance of failing, a chance of that push not getting you anything additional.
Okay. So, I think I am going to try and intimidate them then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you trying to intimidate them?
Oh, lordy. I mean, I presume I still have my gun.
You would still have your gun. They haven't taken your gun off you. They are... You know they're the mob.
They're going to have loads of guns. How do I intimidate the mob?
And you did watch them commit a pretty violent crime.
Okay, so I could go more down the blackmail
And
route.
you are friends with the police.
I am. Good old, what's his name? Teddy. Teddy Gargan. Okay. I'm going to go down the blackmail route then.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to roll.
Okay.
If you claim that you have proof that his men blew up that car.
Do I have that camera with me?
Do you have that camera with you?
I don't know if I picked it up. I can't remember. I don't think I picked it up this morning. I left it at the house.
It's up to you.
Do I have my normal camera with me?
Do you?
I would. I'm a PI. I would always have my normal camera with me.
Okay.
I will pretend that I have photos of them fleeing the scene.
Okay. He says, if you...
Oh, Hannah says, Adam, I purchased a random weapon.
Oh.
No, it's not at the fortune tellers. Oh, there's a couple of things.
Read them out.
Adrian says, after losing rep or something. Yes, no, you're absolutely right. You're paying far more attention than me.
What did he say?
Because he said, after losing your reputation, the object of ridicule card has got, when you spend a push on intimidation, roll a die.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you haven't spent.
But
a push.
I didn't spend a push in this instance.
Right. Hannah has bought a.
Thank you so much, Hannah.
So why can't I get it to show me? What if I spin it? It says that you've donated, and I will obviously give Gabby the thing. I'm just trying to get this to tell me what you've. So that I don't need to rely on you guys to necessarily. If I go down here, does it say donate for Dotty? It says that you've purchased a reward, and it says that you have voted in a poll, but doesn't tell me what it is, which is not super
That's real
helpful.
helpful.
Super helpful. Fine, we will deal with that. Doesn't tell me. Fine, we'll deal with that later. You all definitely need to tell me what you are putting in there, because I currently have no way of seeing it. If I scroll down on here, does it tell me? No, that's the wrong screen, Adam.
The wrong screen for it.
Rewards. Does that tell you what you've bought? No. See, it's got your donation there. But nothing. Anyway, it's fine. Do you want me to deal you one, or do you want to pick one out?
I will pick one. Oh. An automatic pistol.
You have another pistol.
I do. Excellent.
What kind of pistol is it? Does it just say automatic pistol?
It says 45 automatic pistol.
Okay, cool. That's a pretty hedge pistol. That's fine. You have that, I'll say, maybe on like an ankle holster or something?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool, fine. What's your
Put
other...
the thing so we have the
Oh,
chat,
sorry,
isn't it?
yes. There we go.
Thank you, Anna.
What's your other pistol?
32 revolver.
32. Okay, so let's say the 32 is on your ankle, because that's smaller.
Okay.
If you walk around with a 45 on your ankle, you just walk lopsided. They're huge.
Okay.
Bud says that if you give me that camera, I will tell you what you want to know.
Shit. Doesn't actually have photos on there.
I mean, he can't check now. It's not a digital camera, is it?
No, I know, but like, if he got them developed, I suppose he'd just ruin the film, wouldn't he? He wouldn't get them developed.
You don't know, but
I say I won't give you my camera, but I'll destroy the film in front of you.
He shrugs and says fine.
Okay, great, cool. Hannah says, if I remember correctly, it was Revelation / Mind Transfer / 700 to hinder and 800 to help.
Okay, cool. The polls hopefully work because I'm not adding up what everyone's donated. It's just the actual thing that you purchased. Oh, okay, yeah. So it looks like you only voted in the polls, which is fine, because obviously you've given the money. But if you go down to rewards and click select on the rewards, then that'll tell me which reward you've bought, and then it'll let you. I'm pretty sure it'll let you vote in the polls on the next screen. That's not super clear. Apologies.
It's alright, I got my gun.
You got a gun, yeah.
Yay.
And that hinder has gone through on the $700, so that's great. If we get there, we will. Does that put us there? No, it puts us pretty close.
Oh, getting there.
Getting there. Cool. I did. Oh, apology. Oh,
I did? Question?
Remember correctly, it was. I don't know what you did. The thing has gone through as I purchased a random weapon, or am I just being a Twitch noob? I mean, it's not Twitch. It's Tiltify.
Tiltify.
Definitely hasn't. If I go to donors on here, definitely doesn't tell me that you've. Yeah, it definitely doesn't tell me. Like other things, it tells me when you've purchased a
How strange.
a thing, but that is.
That's
not.
okay. I have my gun. So
Maybe
I'm happy.
maybe Tiltify is having a special moment. It might be Tiltify's problem. Did it say 45 automatic handgun or just 45 automatic? It's 45 automatic.
45
handgun.
automatic pistol.
Pistol.
That's what it says specifically.
Okay, right.
Apparently it was used throughout all major US theaters of war, from the Great War to Vietnam. The Colt M1911, that's probably not how it's said. How is it said? M1911? I don't know. Was the standard military issue sidearm for US forces between 1911 and 1985.
There you go. Everyone's learnt
A
some
little
military
bit
history.
of
Military
history.
history for you. You can have a conversation with Bud.
Yeah.
And he will tell you the following. He works for Ben Siegel.
Right. That's a new
Excuse me.
name, right?
Ben Siegel is a gangster who's muscling on this turf.
Okay.
Ben Siegel wanted him to lean on Whitey to shift paying his protection money from the system to the East Coast crowd, which is what Siegel's mob refers to themselves as.
Okay.
The system being the
The
mob.
the system is the first mob we came
Yeah.
across, and
Yeah.
then this new one is the
East Coast crowd.
Okay. Adrian is saying, balls, so close to having a Tommy gun. Dicky P3 says the year. I don't know. Was that in reference to the year that it was saying on here, maybe? I don't know. And Adrian says it is harder to keep on your ankle, though.
It is.
Imagine walking in with a Tommy gun strapped to your ankle. The gun! 1911. I said some weird mix of letters. Then I did say 1911 at least afterwards. M1911.
Yes, that is the year of manufacturing. Not the year of initial release, yeah. The year of manufacture, obviously.
The year of initial, used between 1911 and 1985. Thank you for clarifying that, because I did not know.
He tells you that this Deacon Broad, Whitey's twist, pulls him aside right on the casino floor in full view of everyone. Well, no one saw, but they could have. She said she had a way for them to snatch the casino away from Whitey with Guy's permission. Guy being Guy McCaffrey, who runs the system.
So Guy is the mob boss.
Guy is the mob boss, the existing mob boss.
Oh, right, okay.
This is more than he could have hoped for. He says that she was making eyes at him, like he figures that she probably does with any man who can do her a favour. Well, Bud Barron knows, referring to himself now, he says, Bud Barron knows you don't mess with another connected guy's woman, so instead she fobbed him off on Mickey, arranging for a meeting between the two of them. Let crazy Mickey handle her. If it amounts to anything, Bud gets the credit for making the contact with the girl, and if it blows up, it's Cohen's fault.
Okay.
Next thing he hears is that she's given the books to Mickey, and he's passed them to Ben. Ben's biding his time, trying to decide whether Helen's scheme is harebrained or genius. Then Helen goes missing. Bud figures it's none of his business. Then she turns up again with amnesia. Also none of his business. And remember, he says, you didn't hear none of this from me.
No one bloody knows anything. That is just false. Right. Okay. Do you reckon I could talk to Crazy Mickey?
He says if you have the desire, certainly.
Just trying to think. Hannah's saying, okay, Adam, I'm trying again with a random unfortunate event.
Okay. Is that Hannah, Yogg's fan?
Oh, wait. Hang on. Am I getting confused with names?
I don't know. It may well be. I don't know.
I can't
Twitch
remember
usernames are rarely helpful.
Scroll back up. Yeah, it is Hannah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. Tis I.
Tis I.
Sweet.
Yes. Hannah. Good.
That's definitely come through, and it definitely says on here that you've done something. Let me try on here again. So it says trying again. Well, it's got your name this time at least. So that's
Last time it had the name as well.
no, that's last time. That was that time.
Oh.
Yeah, still doesn't have it there. That's so strange.
Maybe Tiltifiers having
Tiltify might be having
strange time.
a strange
Oh,
time
so
with it.
close to 700.
See, it says it there though. It's got the sign. Just doesn't tell me. Oh, was that? No, it just says that you've done a poll and bought a reward.
I don't know.
Tiltify is having a hard time. Apologies, everyone. But it is registering the polls. Yes. So I think you can only vote in one poll at a time. Just heads up. I think that's what's going on. But that's a random unfortunate event. Very well. Let's do that as Gabby leaves rather than in the office. That might get a little messy. But you can go to Mickey. Crazy Mickey's.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who to talk to now, because I mean, there's Ben Siegel, but he's the mob boss. No.
You can. Yes, you can try and find out more information about Siegel. You can go and see Mickey.
Yeah.
You can. You were considering going and trying to see Helen.
Yes, yeah, I was thinking about doing that as well. Okay, whilst I'm here, I want to go and talk to Mickey
Mm.
just to see if
Mickey's not here. He's not on location.
Ah, boo. Well, fine. I still want to go and talk to him
Okay.
because he might know if Helen was acting weird or anything like
Sure.
before she went.
Sure. Where is Mickey? This is a lot of background information about Mickey, which is not super helpful. So, Bud can't tell you where he is
Oh man.
because he moves around a lot.
Right. Okay.
You will need to track him down.
Ugh. He
But-
probably won't be that useful. Maybe I should just go and see Helen.
You can do that with your streetwise. You're good at tracking people down. That's
Yeah,
like the
true.
whole thing.
It's my job.
Mm. So Streetwise allows Dixie to cruise the underworld hangouts in search of him, if you desire.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll do that.
Um,
Oh, the neon magic says set everything on fire until you achieve your goal, and if that doesn't work, set more stuff on fire. That was literally what I nearly did about half an hour ago.
that's Chris. That's Neon Magpie.
Oh, hey, Chris. Chris, as in, tried to crush watermelon between his thighs, Chris.
That's Chris.
Of watermelon fame.
Watermelon fame. Pick a card.
Oh dear, I have to pick a card. Adrian says you have to debuff on you until you take some time to chill out. Two's a spliff with a cat in your car. I mean, I am well up for a spliff with Dottie in my car. Oh, watermelon! Oh, watermelon legs! Chris. Right, what's happening? The wrong briefcase
Oh.
is what's happening. But I could have sworn this is my one. You open your briefcase to review your papers and notes, only to find they are not there. In fact, despite the briefcase looking exactly like your own, it must be someone else's, as it contains only some musty pillowcases and an old, worn copy of Moby Dick. All your evidence, work, and notes are missing.
I'm not sure you had any, did you?
I mean, it was all just up here. Which is why I was floundering around quite so much.
I'm not sure you had any. If I was a very cruel man,
I mean,
which I'm not.
contrary to popular belief.
If I was a cruel man, I would physically take away your notebook. But I am not a cruel man. Mainly because I believe Dixie isn't writing that down. That's Gabby writing that down.
Yeah, Gabby
So-
has a terrible, terrible memory. Cool. Do you want me to pick another one?
No, I think that's fine. Let's say you lose your wallet.
Hannah says, "Oh, what lies, Adam." My wallet was that.
Or would you rather lose your wallet or pick another card? Up to you. Your choice.
I think maybe pick another card.
Okay.
Make it interesting.
Okay.
Let's make it interesting.
I did
may
take-
really regret this.
I took out some of these that wouldn't be super interesting, but I obviously... You might have had some interesting information on you, so that wouldn't be useful. Haha.
I may regret this.
Oh, I can see what it is.
Raining blood. The rain. It's red. A sudden harsh wind blows and black clouds gather above you. Rain begins to fall. However, rain should not be red. Blood falls from the sky, covering you in seconds. Make a sanity roll.
Okay.
1d4. Oh, hang on. Let me get a d4 out.
No, Gabby. Sorry, those rules are for Call of Cthulhu,
Okay.
so don't worry too much about the rolls. But make a cool check.
Okay.
And on a...
I only have one die in cool. I'm not very cool.
On a... Or do you have stability? Sorry. I don't think you do.
Yes, I do.
Take a
2.
stability check. So on a... Read it out.
Hannah says, you may consider this my birthday present. And Adrian says, I told you to chill out first. I mean, you're so right, man. I should have just gone for a joint with Dottie in the car. That would have been a lovely time, I think. Instead, I'm covered in blood raining from the sky. Well, raining from... We must be able to see it from through the windows or something, because we're inside, presumably.
Are you having a spliff in your car? That's what you said you were doing.
Did I?
You said you're having a spliff in the car with Dottie.
Sure, yeah.
So yes, it starts raining, and you are dry, but it is raining blood. You are very aware.
And I'm
of
high!
this, and you're high.
Oh my God.
Take a stability check on a 7+ is a hold.
Okay.
Anything less is a failure.
Oh, for crying out loud, that's a 1.
Mm-hmm. So if you roll a 6, you're fine. Well, you get a hold.
Adrian says, you have a negative effect that affects mental stability, though. Oh. You've got much better memory than me. Oh, I've got you're pushing yourself to the point where your frayed nerves have frayed nerves. -1 on general/mental tests until you take time to calm yourself down. Can having the joint with my cat count as taking time to calm myself down?
Okay, fine.
Okay. I've taken time
Okay.
to calm myself
You
down.
have enough time.
I've had a lovely time having a nice chat with Dottie, putting the worlds to rights.
Okay. So you still need a 6 though.
Oh. So what did I just roll? A
1.
freaking 1.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then a 7+ is a hold.
Ah! Right. Oh my God! It's another 1.
Okay. You get the problem psychic vertigo.
Psychic vertigo. You can't help it. Something deep within you recoils at the sight of a being that neither history nor science can properly account for.
Event.
In scenes where one or more mythos creatures are present, treat any even-numbered die you roll in a test as a 1.
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh God. Chris says just take a nap or drive to McDonald's. It's the 1930s. Wait. No.
Yes. I want to say maybe.
I want to say
It's
50s
really old.
McDonald's.
I mean, that's when it got big. That's when it's franchised.
Maybe.
But I think the original
And
restaurant.
Edgy says
was very
that's the
old.
idea. Well, that's going to be great when I get suddenly shug off.
Oh yeah, that's still coming.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dixie's gonna go crazy. Right.
Right.
Raining blood.
That rains for a little while, and then you get out the car, start walking the streets, talking to people. The streets are covered in blood.
Ooh.
You walk past a homeless-looking man who is drenched. With him is a dog, a German Shepherd, who looks pretty clean. Yeah, like he's not covered in blood. Like
Okay.
everyone else. As you carry on and start asking around, excuse me.
Adrian says 1940 apparently for. I'm
really?
assuming that's for McDonald's.
Yeah. It takes you a little while of asking around, like quite a few hours of talking to people, asking if they know this man. It's quite tedious work.
Okay.
Looking for Mickey Cohen. This is all not helpful information. Book. Put the information I need in the bits.
In the bits.
In the bits. Sorry. Excuse me, this is not putting the information I need in the...
Macchiato, is that Michael? Yo! Hey, man! Adam is trying to find the next bit of info. the bits! The bits, indeed. On that note, whilst you're doing that, I guess I'll get a refill. We haven't had any dinner. This is not good.
How far are we in? We're 40 minutes in. Okay. We'll stay on screen and we'll just take 5 minutes while I try and figure out what this book is telling me to do.
We went for not fancy cocktails this time because last time the fancy cocktails that we had, did we have French 75s last time?
Yes, we did, yeah.
So for French 75 is hello Katia. A French 75, people, is delicious. It is gin, prosecco, lime, and sugar syrup. It's delicious, but it is also lethal. A fancy lady. I got my pearls on. I'm a fancy lady this evening. Well, rather, Dixie's a fancy lady. Gabby's not a fancy lady. So now, yeah, so that's why this evening we've just gone for the just bubbles, no gin. Oh, but I tell you what, if you have rum with prosecco and sugar syrup and lime, that is called an old Cuban, and that is delicious. Anyone who likes rum, get a nice spiced rum. Oh, Katja, do it. If you have rum, get some bubbles in. Oh, you got the rum, you got the lime. You're nearly there. How much of this is left? Not a lot. I'm just gonna do that. We haven't had dinner yet though, so that's never a good combination for Gabby's or Dixie's.
Okay. We're good to go.
Okay.
Eventually using your...
Katja has bubbles as well!
Oh, good.
Yes!
Wonderful.
Do the drink. Oh, you might need a bit of sugar in there as well, or sugar syrup.
You definitely need sugar syrup in there as well.
Anna says to Adam still wants to borrow my dress so he can be a fancy lady too.
No, thank you. Very kind. You eventually managed to track Mickey down. He is a very savvy man, and he holds himself very confidently. He's got he has a swagger about him. In a kind of, it's not like, it doesn't feel put on, but it's very over the top. And
Okay.
like on someone else, it would feel kind of like put on and like covering for a lack of confidence, but you don't get that vibe from him. He is, despite that, he looks like a bit of a thug. He's quite a big guy, and he's dressed quite plainly, relatively.
Mm-hmm.
He's not dressed up. As you can go and see him very easily. What is it you would like to say to him?
I would like to ask him if Helen literally just gave him the accounting books, or did they talk at all? Did she act strangely?
How are you introducing yourself?
I am going to be honest. I will say my real name. I'll say that I'm Dixie, that I'm a PI, and that I'm investigating her disappearance and reappearance.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems very odd.
Do you mention Bud Baron?
Yeah, I'll say that I've already spoken to
Okay.
your boss, and he gave me enough information for me to be able to find you. so that he
Okay.
knows, that I'm cooking.
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned that you've already spoken to him and that you got his, you're coming to see him after that, he kind of relaxes a bit. And he tells you that, excuse me, that Helen first made contact with Bud Barron at the Alegria. Bud is not exactly the boldest mover in the organisation. Was there comments? Did you want to read those?
Sorry, I was just laughing at Katya and Hannah and Michael all talking.
Oh, right. Okay.
But Katya's saying no sugar for her cocktail, and yeah, go for it. Say she likes her drinks like her, bitter, apparently. Michael also wants to be a fancy lady, and Katya says put a dress on. So, yeah, if you want to be a fancy lady, got to put a dress on. And Katya's saying that he should come into her room, well, their room, and pick one. And yeah, that sounds pretty excellent, guys.
Yeah. We've hit 700 as well.
Oh, what does that mean? That point, it's therapy. Psychosomatic, sorry.
Are you okay?
I think I need some food fairly soon.
Okay, right, fine. We'll take a bit of a longer break at the moment. But a curious character helps or hinders Gabby.
Helps!
So
I could do with some
currently
help!
There is £40 on hinder
Oh.
and no money on help.
Well,
So I'm going to deal myself a curious character who at some point will
it's gonna
hinder
screw
Gabby.
me over. Poor Dixie. Poor Dixie.
Say when.
When?
Cool. Carry on. Oh, okay, cool, fun. Oh yeah, sorry, go no, top left.
These?
Yeah, one. Yeah. There you go, cool.
A man made of rats, says Chris. Help the drunken fancy lady for fuck's sake. I agree, thank you. And Mr. Bobinski should be his name. Just saying.
If people want to help Dixie, you can donate to the help option for $800. What happens at 800? Let me remind myself. At 800, a random monster helps or hinders Gabby. Well, let me tell you, some of those monsters are not very pleasant.
Oh no!
So the random generator that I'm using for that lists all of the creatures or beings from the Call of Cthulhu Keeper's Handbook. So that includes rats, horses, shoggoths, gods. So
Quite a wide range there.
there's a wide range. There's a wide range of things that it could be.
Chris says helping isn't fun unless it's helping a charity. You are
Hey.
100% correct.
Hey.
Michael says I can help. What pizza do you guys like? It's alright. We're gonna put some in the oven in a minute.
You could have a dog. You could have a dog turn up. You could have
Cool.
a bat, large.
Chris says, wait, can we have a man made of horses? James Baxter.
James Baxter. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do if it comes up with squid or shark. I'm going to have to contrive a way for you to end up in the water somehow, but we'll cross that. Jump that shark when we get there.
Katya says bat, large.
Bat, large.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey, however.
Right, Mickey,
Cohen,
yeah.
Who, for anyone watching who's up on their Shub Niggurath is an option, yes. Oh, it doesn't like that though. Oh, yes, it doesn't like Niggurath, of course. Shub Niggurath.
Shubnado! Paul and Kay! Hey, guys!
Mickey Cohen
Yep.
is a real life gangster, just so you know.
Ooh.
And in the 40s through to the 60s, he'll become one of the most influential gangsters in LA.
There you go. We are learning. I will not remember that.
Learning. Also, like, he might not survive this scenario, so we'll see. He tells you that Bud Barron is not the boldest mover in the organisation, and that's why Helen was sent to talk to him. Sooner or later, everybody needs a guy like Mickey, and then he winks at you.
I maintain that I would like the lovely, what was the name? Megan? Was it Margaret? I'm all for Margaret.
She was very pretty.
She was.
Everyone else has described her in not very pleasant ways, but she is very pretty and she was very pleasant to you.
She was. Yes, she was.
He says that he met Helen at an associate's garage 2 or 3 times, depending on how you look at it. The first time they worked out the details of their trade. Whitey's books in exchange for a hit on Whitey and forgiveness of Roscoe's debts.
Wait. Whitey's books for a hit on Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
So Helen wanted Whitey dead.
That seems to be the case.
Wow. I mean, that's a turnout for the books.
And forgiveness of Roscoe's debts, her father's gambling debts.
Oh dear. Helen's got herself mixed up in some terrible things. Okay.
Yes, indeed. The second time, Helen gave Mickey the books. Bugsy put them away, waiting for the right moment to strike. Bugsy is the guy who runs the East Coast gang.
Wait. Bugsy is not Bud Barron.
Correct.
On behalf of Bugsy Siegel.
Bugsy Siegel.
Bugsy Siegel is the guy running
the East Coast gang.
the East Coast crowd.
Sorry, yes.
Okay. That's very confusing when you
There's
haven't had dinner.
A lot of bees. A lot of bees. Yeah.
Right.
Bugsy wants to move carefully so he doesn't get run out of town the way Capone did. His mention of the third time, he mentions that there was a third time, but he doesn't really talk about it too much. He says that they met at a garage because it's out of the way in San Bernardino. On the... I need some dinner as well.
Yeah.
On the edge of the desert. You can't miss it. There's an abandoned oil derrick on the property as well. The garage owner is a guy named Roy Bedacht. Bedacht.
Whatever.
A California cousin of Mickey's. California cousin of Mickey's met Roy in the joint. In the prison. When Roy was serving a 2-year stretch as an accessory to Grand Theft Auto.
Hey, Francois! Francois says never help the pretty lady. Well, I don't know who you could possibly be referring to. I think people should always help Dixie. Just saying.
And now Mickey uses Roy's garage as an out-of-the-way spot for hush-hush meetings.
Okay.
That's what he tells you. That is probably all he tells you.
Okay. Oh gosh, where do I go from here?
Mickey does also drop the mention that
Hannah says he's referring to Adam or Michael. Obviously.
that he knows Roy gave Helen some of his moonshine.
That's interesting. Because the moonshine, like, you wouldn't need moonshine by this point because you're past prohibition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just like, it was methanol, and now she has melted her brain, and that's just it. No Cthulhu, nothing spoopy, just really, really really bad booze.
He mentions that one night out of the blue, Helen made a scene by approaching Bugsy directly at. Mickey managed to intercept her and drove her to Roy's to get her out of the way. Bugsy doesn't like being approached without, like, out of the blue like that.
Okay. Does he not like it enough to put any sort of hit out on her?
If she'd managed to get to him, he probably would have had her killed, yeah. But I think I managed to stop her before she caused enough of a disruption.
Okay. I don't know what to do now. So Mickey's given me all the information that I can.
That's what he said. If you want to ask more questions about any of that, you feel free.
Can I ask him whether Helen was behaving strangely or talking about anything that seemed out of the ordinary, or did she mention anything about that, what were they called? Argent Lights or anything like that?
He doesn't recognise that name.
Okay.
She seems very at ease most of the time. Weirdly so. Like, she's a party girl, and he's surprised that she was so calm and collected dealing with the mob.
Okay.
The only
Katya's saying, I'm back. Mickey was the owner of what is now known as the Viper Room.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you go. Interesting.
And Hannah says, spoopy? Yeah, spoopy. Real spoopy.
He says the only time he saw her distressed was when she was trying to get to Bugsy. And that's why he took her as far as the garage to get her out of town. And he left her with Roy, and that's the last time he saw her.
So the last time that he saw her was with Roy Bedact.
Mm-hmm.
However you say that name. Right, well I think I probably need to track down this Roy Bedact then. When was this? How long ago was it? Sorry, it's just that if it was literally just before she went missing, then, you know. Chris says, just grab Tabletop Simulator, Adam. We should play some games soon.
Tabletop Simulator is what is currently displaying the character sheet and the background on the stream that you can see.
Hooray!
This was... you've been to sleep now, so this is... How many times have you been to sleep? Just the once? I think so.
Yeah?
Did you go to sleep last time?
I don't think so. Maybe once last time.
It's either 43 or 44 days ago, depending on whether you had to sleep halfway through.
Wait, so how many weeks is that?
That is shortly before she went to sleep.
It is shortly before she went to sleep. Okay, fine. I guess I want to try and find this Roy Bedact then.
You can drive to his?
Yes! Oh, Hannah says wait. What am I waiting for? Chris says punch Roy! There was the nightmare. Nightmare?
You had a nightmare, which was how you got the camera.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember what that nightmare was?
No.
Who said about the nightmare? Chris or Hannah?
Hannah.
Hannah, what was the nightmare?
Where she woke up with the camera and then the end of the last game, so she stepped twice. Ah, yes, yeah.
Oh, of course, yes. Yes,
Genius, thank you so much.
40, what did I say then? 44 days ago.
Cool, fine.
Yes.
So what was happening? I've lost my track now.
What are you doing? Do we need to take a slightly longer break and have some pizza?
I think I need some pizza.
Okay. I mean, it's coming up to 9 o'clock anyway, so that's fine. Let's take 20 minutes. How long do they take to do? They probably take 20 minutes, don't they? Do you mind eating on screen?
I don't care.
Okay.
As long as you guys don't care.
Okay, that's fine. Is the nightmares. She was being chased.
You have got a very good memory. I should have watched the last stream that we did, but I didn't.
Cool. We're going to take 20 minutes then to put some pieces in the oven.
Yes.
So we will come back at 20 past 9. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Very much,
See you
everyone.
guys in a bit.
See you in a bit. Hello and welcome back, everyone. I have just realised that the music has stopped playing, so y'all didn't have any lovely musical interlude during that whole thing. Real strange. Spotify's having a real problem with it today, but now there's a little bit of music playing in the background. Ooh, it's a little bit loud on our end. And down a little bit for me. Hopefully it's okay for you guys. Okay, cool. Right.
Let us know if it is too loud.
Yes, let us know if the music's too loud. You are driving to Roy's garage. Correct?
Body? Which
Roy-
garage?
Roy's garage.
Yes,
Right.
I am.
Yeah? That was the plan, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You pull up to an...
Jamie makes a good point. He said, remember, if in doubt, kill everyone and burn it all to the ground.
Good suggestion. You turn up to, or pull up to, an old remote body shop. In the car, automobile sense of body shop, rather than the high street store.
I did assume it.
Covered in dust from the nearby Mojave Desert. A pair of wooden doors, their paint peeling, presumably leading to an apartment above the shop. It looks pretty deserted.
Chris says you put up to the house at about 7 or 8 and you out to the cabbie. Go home.
See you
Smell
later.
you. Smell you later.
See you later.
Right. What time is it now, by the way?
You spent quite a long time hunting down Mickey, so it's probably late afternoon, maybe early evening.
Okay. You say it's deserted.
It looks deserted. You can't see anyone around.
Okay. Can I go in, have a little snoop around?
Yeah. Yeah, you can sneak in. You can pick the lock on the doors pretty easily and go up. Inside, in one corner of the room is a cloth draped over something large.
I would like to have a look underneath the cloth, please.
Underneath the cloth is a still. An alcohol still for distilling.
Okay.
If you inspect it, nothing looks out of the ordinary for a still. Like, it doesn't look like it has extra bits or bobs or anything like that. So, sorry, this is in the garage downstairs. There is a car parked in the garage as well. And you hear a low moaning coming from the trunk of the car.
Oh shit! Can I pop the trunk?
You can pop the trunk. Inside is Burl Treehorn, who is the floor manager of the casino that you spoke to last session.
Oh dear!
He is barely clinging to life. Blood soaks the linen bedsheet that he's been wrapped in, and he's been so badly beaten that he is barely unrecognisable. Exposed brain tissue pulses below a fissure in his shattered skull.
Oh, mate.
Take a stability check for me.
Okay, so I have 2 die for that.
So an advance is 11 plus, a hold is 4 to 10, and a setback is 3 or less.
Do you believe it's a 1 again? Right, 1 more die. I've got all the stuff in my teeth. I can't even deal with it right now. That's a 6!
So you get 7 total.
Yeah.
So that puts you on a hold.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? Is that where you want to stop?
I'm gonna go with that, yeah.
Okay,
fine.
cool, fine. You stagger backwards in horror. You can't help yourself. Take a sense trouble check.
Ooh.
On -3.
-3?
Mm-hmm.
I get +1 to all sense trouble tests until I spend this edge.
Okay. So that is then -2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. +1 to the score, not +1 die, yeah.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Right, so what do I need?
So an advance is... Read it out if you're reading the comments.
I just said Adam's face at all the ones this session.
Joy. So an advance is 13 plus. A hold is 7 to 12.
Right.
And a setback is 6 or less.
Oh my lord alive. And my sense trouble is 2 die, I have at least, so...
So you're just on -2.
Okay.
Is it a 1?
It fucking is.
So
How am I so bad at this?
Gotta roll again.
2!
So that's you're currently on setback, which is fine. If that's what you want to leave it there.
Can I take a problem and use another die?
You can, yes. You can take the...
Yeah, Adrian, mate, tell me about it. Like, how do I roll so badly? How do I roll so badly? And it is across all of my tabletop role-playing characters. I just seem to freaking roll 1s with more regularity than anybody else.
You gain the problem cold-blooded.
Ooh. Ooh. You maintain your sanity by cutting off your empathy for others. When you spend a push on reassurance, roll a die. On an odd result, you do not gain the benefit of the push and you discard this card.
Mm-hmm. Roll another dice.
If I get a 1 again, I'm doing a
So
table
what did you get?
flip.
So you got a 1 and then a...
1 and then a 2.
2, so you're on 3. Okay, cool.
Ow. Right. I got a 6!
6. So what does that put you on?
9,
9.
presumably?
Okay, so that's a hold.
Okay, fine. I can
Okay,
deal
cool.
with a hold.
You feel a crack against the back of your head. It doesn't knock you out.
Okay.
It clips the side of your head. And as you spin around, there is a man holding a wrench. Presumably Roy.
Oh.
Roll a fighting check for me.
Okay. I'm fucking flipping the table over. That's a 1 again.
Is it? Amazing.
What the shit? Right. And that's a 6 again. What is going on?
7. So that is a hold.
Chris has told you to punch Roy right in the throat. You were right, Chris.
Go on.
Adrian says he's only got so many problems in that pile. Wear him down. I'm trying. And Jamie just
That's
puts
pretty
lots
good.
of fire emojis. Burn it to the ground.
You managed to overpower Roy, knocking
Great.
him to the floor. No, you don't. Sorry. You rolled a 7, didn't you? And you got a hold on the last one. Roy knocks you out.
Oh no.
He swings and manages to connect the wrench to your head, and you black out.
Oh crap. What now?
You wake up. At first your vision is blurry, and then you realise you can't move.
Oh no.
You realise you are wrapped in the blood-soaked sheet that Burl was wrapped in.
Oh lordy. Okay.
You appear to be in a metal cage.
I'd like to say it wasn't the first time, but it's not.
What wakes you is the fact that the cage is swinging
Oh.
as it is lowered down and the creak of a wrench. As the cage hits the floor, you can hear Roy laughing
Oh.
above you.
Oh no. Francois says, can we have a donation amount to make Gabby take a shot? Hell, and Adam.
I suspect that would breach Twitch's terms of service. Because I know someone who was streaming
Oh, really?
and was very drunk on stream and got a bit of a slap on the wrist.
Oh.
So I suspect we may not be allowed to do that. Otherwise, yes, we would. There we go. Adrian.
Roy's a dick.
Yeah.
Roy is a dick. Like, who brings a spanner? What the, no, not a spanner, a wrench. Sorry.
Roy keeps laughing and then shouts down to the pit. Who are you anyway? What are you doing here?
For crying out loud! I tell him I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
I tell him that I'm looking into the disappearance of Helen, and that I thought maybe he could help me, but obviously not.
He giggles some more.
Right.
And he tells you that yes, Helen. We had to feed her some of my moonshine to wipe her memory. Couldn't have her walking around with all of that dangerous knowledge stored up there.
No!
He
Finally, a lead that takes me somewhere, but now I'm in a cage!
He says that the mob sent her to him. He wanted to get rid of her. He says, I was going to dispose of her the same way that, well, I'm disposing of you. But she managed to get away. Luckily, she drank enough of the moonshine to wipe her memory before she managed to stumble out.
So
Otherwise,
I
that would
was
be
right
quite
when I said it's a booze problem, not a Cthulhu problem!
At that point, you start hearing some other noises from the pit that you find yourself in.
No, you got me really hopeful then. I was like, is there a random stranger coming to my
You
rescue? No.
Notice tunnels leading off of the sides.
Okay.
And then you see a few hunched humanoid figures
God.
start to appear. As they come out of the tunnels and into the light, you notice that they have rubbery skin and tusked semi-canine snouts. They are gathered tightly in a group, and they absolutely stink of rotting flesh.
Oh, well, that's just
They
delightful.
have-
I'm trying to eat my friggin' pizza here.
Thick, semi-hooved feet and long, sharp claws on their hands.
Oh my lord.
Take a stability check.
Yeah, sure. Stability, I've got 2 dice for that.
Mm-hmm.
6!
Okay.
Oh my god, there's a 6 again! Why couldn't it be for a
The-
useful thing?
The sight of these creatures, as they approach you and start attacking the edges of the cage, raging inches from your face is enough to rattle anybody.
Adrian says man bear pig. Yeah, sounds like a man bear pig.
If you tell anybody about this, they'll think you're crazy, but you're a lot stronger than the others, and you're not about to crack. You gain an edge.
Ooh! Also, I seem to remember last time that Adrian maybe donated to get a random character in the game that you were very unwilling to put into the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reminding you of that.
I know, I'm aware.
Okay. Oh dear, I don't like that smile.
You gain the edge, strange, not maddening. You've seen the so-called supernatural up close, and it hasn't cooked your noggin. Sure, it's monstrous and surprising, but it still has to have a logical explanation.
Okay. Spend to counter a mythos. Mythos? Shock problem. Very handy. What a good edge to have.
What would you like to do?
I mean, can I do like an athletics check to wriggle out of the sheet?
You can get out of the sheet.
And get out of the sheet.
Yeah, it takes you a little while, and you have to be careful not to stick your foot outside of the cage. But you are able to.
Jamie says, fire, fire, what's that, Illuminati, tentacle, tentacle, tentacle.
Cool.
Yeah.
Read it out if you're responding to something.
And Adrian says, stellar emoji usage and a solid battle plan. Hello, Katya! She says, finally, hello.
You are out of the rags. They are just like, you're kind of stood on them.
Okay.
Because there's not much room in this cage.
Okay. I have stuff all in my teeth and I need to get rid of it.
Do you want some water?
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back, Katya. She says, I just got this working again. Well, you came just in time.
Just in time.
I'm currently in a perilous situation. Not quite sure what to do. And I have spinach stuck in my teeth, which is even worse. Adrian says they lowered you down there, go up the chain. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and see if I can... Like, how big are the bars? Like, can I get out?
You can't get out through the bars, otherwise the things would have come in and eaten you. But you can attempt to unlock the door. Yeah?
That's what I will do. I will try and lockpick my way out.
As you're jimmying the lock, you have to be very careful because these things are slashing at, kind of low, almost at your legs.
Okay.
As they are doing this, you hear a bark. And
a good bark or a bad bark? I'm like, yay, Papa! Oh no, wait, this could be bad.
And a large German Shepherd jumps down in front of the door.
Is it the German Shepherd that I saw earlier?
It is probably the German Shepherd that you saw earlier.
Okay.
It definitely is the German Shepherd that you saw
Okay.
earlier. It lands in front of the cage.
We've missed a very important detail.
Uh-huh.
When I was taken away and
Uh-huh.
Dottie was round my ankles and I was
Yes.
taken away with the gun,
Yes.
did Dottie come with me?
Dottie came with you, and Dottie is now in your car.
Okay. As long as she's safe. That's fine. Continue.
The dog lands in front of the door and is barking and baring its teeth at the creatures, keeping them away from the door.
Cool! Friendly doggo! Well, hopefully.
You manage to open the door.
Great. I mean, I want to scale the chain, but I also want the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I can do both? Can I
You
carry the
can't
dog
carry
up with
the dog
me?
and climb up the chain, no.
This dog is helping me out. I'm not just leaving him there.
You can attempt to kill the creatures. Like, there's a way of getting the dog up, because the dog can get in the cage, and you can wind the witch.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to try and attack
Okay.
the bizarre creatures.
Okay. Roll a fighting check.
Oh, Hannah says dog meat shall be his name. Fine, yeah, it's called dog meat now. And Adrian says, oh, he's a good boy. I was like, yeah, he's a good boy. Hannah says, he shall not eat Dottie. Looking at you, Adam.
You notice a collar round his neck.
Okay.
And you see that the name tag on it says Charles.
This is the character, isn't it?
This is Charles.
This is Charles. Right. Okay. Nelson Happy Capricci. Nelson Happy Capricci is a criminal mob boss.
Okay, cool.
This could come in handy!
um,
Francois says, I can't even see what that emoji is. What even is that? That looks like somebody very sad running away and then a plank also crying. So, yeah.
okay. You hear a scream as you turn and see Roy. Just leave that the other side of the thing, that's fine. As you see Roy falling down. And
Oh, wow.
he lands on the ground, and you hear a snap as he lands feet first. At looking up, back up to the top, you see your friend, whatever his name was, Happy,
Nelson Happy Capricci.
up there, who shouts down to you, "We're even now, Dixie," and he walks away.
Well, that's well handy. I think it's very important as well that people know that Nelson Happy Capricci, the criminal mob boss, is handsome, always well dressed, and with the eyes of a killer. Yeah, ideology believes is trust no one and keep your enemies on a tight leash.
Okay.
Sounds logical. Cool. Well, I obviously owed him a debt, but I don't anymore.
As soon as he hits the floor, the creatures, as soon as the dog starts barking, as soon as Charles starts barking, they do back off and they're not like attacking.
Okay.
There's one like round behind you, as in like the other side of the cage, and that's still swiping low. It looks like it's almost swiping at the rag more than at you.
Okay.
And when Roy hits the floor, a couple do hop over to him, and they are acting in the same way that the ones the other side of the dog are, in that they are kind of like looking at him and sniffing at him, but they're not attacking.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would like to get Charles into the cage.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to then try and...
dragging him by the collar into the cage.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
And then I would like to try and climb up the chain so I can then winch the cage up.
Okay. Give me a... Do you have preparedness?
Yeah, I do, but I've only got one dice for it.
Give me a preparedness check.
Oh dear. Okay. 5.
Your smaller caliber pistol is still strapped to your ankle.
Okay.
The other weapon has been taken off you when you're unconscious.
Okay.
You are climbing up. Okay. Once you are up the top, you look back down and you basically see Roy pass out. He was kind of awake before.
I thought he was dead.
His leg snapped.
Oh.
He landed feet first. And he was alive. You watch him pass out, and almost immediately the creatures sniffing at him start tucking in.
Oh dear.
Give me a stability check.
Okay. 5.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 for stability, so 5.
Okay, you get one of those.
Woohoo! Hooray!
As the ghouls tear into the garage man's eviscerated corpse, you realise that perhaps you ought to be averting your eyes. Fortunately, you know there is enough gin in the world to help you mostly forget what you saw.
Great. I do like gin. That is a recent revelation, though. I was always more of a rum girl. But recently, this summer, it's been all about the gin.
The rest of the ghouls hop over as well, and you can safely winch up Charles. They ignore him.
Great.
Once they finish devouring the corpse and there is nothing left, they are crunching and cracking bones and devouring them. They hop back off through the tunnels.
Okay. Well, that's not disturbing at all. So I winch the cage up.
Mm-hmm.
Charles is in there.
Yep.
Obviously open the cage.
Uh-huh.
Get Charles out.
Uh-huh. He wags his tail and
Yeah.
licks your leg.
Great. Cool. He is now mine. Awesome. Alright. What the bloody hell do I do now then? That is frustrating that Roy is dead now, because he was my best lead with the whole moonshine business.
I mean, do you need any more leads? He did it. He told you he did.
Yeah, I suppose so. Do you think that's enough information that I can go to see the family now and say, well, I know she was given this alcohol that's wiped her memory?
There are no more leads, unless you can think of anything else you want to do. But yeah.
There just seems like a suspiciously small number of big spoopy Cthulhu monsters. Okay, well yeah, I guess it must be late now, so I will go home and go to bed. I will take Charles home with me, and I will gently introduce Charles to Dottie. They need to be friends.
Okay. So, You do have a few options.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
So, Hannah says, I wonder if and what Madame knows about the blood rain and the monsters. Oh yeah, Madame Eva, the fortune teller. Katy says she keeps getting kicked off. No! We don't want that. And then Hannah says, motive? Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Because why... All he said was that they didn't want what she knew getting spread about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it didn't say anything more than that.
You know he was working for the mob, and what
Yeah.
the mob knew that she knew that they didn't want getting around was
The accounting books.
the accounting stuff.
But Roy worked for East Coast Crowd, right? He didn't work for...
Correct.
But they didn't want...
They were waiting for the right time to move,
Okay.
and she was causing the scene.
Okay.
So you can explore the tunnels.
Oh, yeah.
You-
I forgot about those tunnels.
Your street,
All of those spoopy things are still down there, though.
your streetwise tells you that there is little point in trying to pursue the matter against Bugsy or Mickey. Even if you could convince a cop to arrest them, the system is too corrupt.
Okay.
And a wise man would not get between McAfee and Siegel right now.
Okie doke. I do quite like the idea of exploring the tunnels just because they sound spooky and fun.
Are you doing that straight away?
I
Or you
should,
going
I
home to
should
rest
probably,
first?
I probably need to go and rest tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you travel back into town, the headlines everywhere are announcing the disappearance of Whitey Alexander.
Dun dun dun!
Further poking around with your streetwise informs you that McAfee has turned management of the Allegria over to Siegel.
Shocking.
You believe that you have collected enough information to close the case
Sure. Okay.
and report to Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever other information you give her is up to you.
Okay. I think that for now, that I should go home, rest, introduce my animals to each other, gently and kindly.
They become firm friends immediately.
You know the things that make me happy. That makes me incredibly happy. I play with them for a bit first. I just gotta say. So yeah, I go home, I rest. Yeah, I go to sleep for the night. I either, I suppose, go and try and investigate those tunnels, or I just go and report to Margaret. It is 10 to 10. Do we feel like, is that a good moment to stop, or is there not enough for like...
This is the wrap up.
Okay, alright. So... I guess maybe I'll go and report to Margaret. I did rather take a shine to Margaret, so I am keen to go and tell her that Roy Bedact fed Helen moonshine that has made her forget anything that happened in that time.
She says, I see, and where is Roy now?
I say, last time I saw him, he was being eaten by some very disturbing creatures. He is definitely dead.
She seems a little concerned by that, but Margaret, who is sat in a chair nearby, her eyes focus and she turns her head and looks at you. Helen notices and immediately goes over to her and fusses her a little and holds her hand, and you can hear Margaret murmuring slightly.
Margaret's murmuring, or Helen? Margaret is the sister, Helen is the one that went
Helen
missing.
is starting.
I'm so... Say that all again!
Sorry. You are speaking to Margaret.
The sister.
The sister.
Right.
No. Oh my god. I'm very sorry. Helen is the one who's hired you.
No! Margaret is the one that's hired me. Helen is the one that went missing.
Yes. Margaret is the one that's hired you. Margaret is the one you're talking to. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Helen reacts when you say that Roy is dead.
Okay, cool.
Margaret goes over to her, and Helen reaches for Margaret's hand.
Okay.
And holds her hand, and starts trying to form words. Up until now, she's been completely unresponsive.
Okay.
Margaret fusses her for a little while and talks to her and calms her. She stands up and comes back to you, and she says, "Thank you very much for your service," and pays you.
How much?
Your whatever you agreed at the
Oh,
start. It's been 3 days, so it was a day per amount. She pays you the agreed amount.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the broke problem, do you? You started off with the vice one, didn't you? Which one did you start off with? It wasn't broke, was it?
No.
That's fine. Margaret tells you that Helen, if she is to recover at all, has a long road ahead of her, and I must protect her fragile sanity. It would be better if we never saw each other again.
I'm devastated by this. Or rather, Dixie
With your
is devastated.
With your, was it discern truth, sense motive, whatever it's called?
Assess honesty.
Your assess honesty indicates that she might otherwise be attracted to you.
That's not fair!
She escorts you to the door and says goodbye. Closes the door.
I give her a little wink on the way out.
Okay. She smiles, and then you see the smile fall from her face.
Oh.
And she looks serious again, and a little sad. And she closes the door. And that is the end of that case. For Dixie.
I solved the case!
You solved the case.
Dixie solved the case!
Well done.
Lesbianism, says Cat. Yes. I'm a fan. And Jamie says, fire. What is that one? Is that a gun? I fire, gun, I fire. Set it all alight. Oh, well, thank you very much for running, Han.
That's my pleasure.
And thank you, anybody that was watching. I hope everyone had fun watching us have fun.
Yes, absolutely. Next time, we will maybe run Cthulhu Confidential again, maybe something else. But we will put all the information online. And yes, we'll let you know what we run next time, and we'll set all of the goals and objectives and incentives and polls and things to be appropriate for whatever that game is. And we will hopefully see you all again soon.
Adrian says, well played, Gab.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
I was torn between going to investigate further, and I was like, I found my objective is done. You know, it would just be a fight for the sake of a fight.
Very true. Very true.
There's a time for that, but I didn't feel like the time was now.
That's fair. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you very, very much to everyone who's donated.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll pick a different charity next time. We might stay with the same one. Maybe we'll see someone else. We'll have a look around. If anyone has any suggestions, let us know. Any game they would like to see us play, charities they'd like us to raise
Donate
money
to.
for,
Yeah.
let us know. Otherwise, we will see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.